you were born into a world that told you, as a woman, this is where you reach. This is where you aspire. And should you dare go for more, you are making other people uncomfortable. And because you are making other people uncomfortable, stop it. Do you guys, yeah? And we observed it. So money is, and when people say money is generational, patterns are repeated generationally. When we talk about generational curses and anything we call them, it is because certain cycles have been perpetuated generationally for women. And I think we are now in a season where we, in this room, in this generation, are saying, in so many ways. And it is uncomfortable for the world. But what happened? And it's important for me to understand what happened. So my shift was when I understood what happened to me to make me relate to money in a certain way. Now, we all have experiences on money. Some of these you just observed. You saw how the rich uncle was treated versus the rich auntie. You saw how the rich uncle versus the poor uncle. You were told certain things. Money doesn't grow on trees, or our community, or our woman, etc. Weren't we told certain messages about money, which all led to scarcity mentality on money? So those experiences become what we believe. Even if you logically think no, it's just somewhere so deep in you, it becomes a belief, and it becomes what you think every day. So even if an opportunity is put in front of you, as long as you think I should not take risks, or I am not good enough, you will find yourself making all sorts of excuses not to do it. Yeah? And then those thoughts and beliefs becomes patterns. So you're wondering, why do you spend money badly? It came from somewhere. So for me, it was, and I write about it in my book, when I was 10 years old, my parents had a party. I thought it was my party, but later when I realized it was their party, I thought it was my 10th birthday party. But they were all of 2 friends, and then a heap of adults. So clearly, it was their party. But I remember being given 950 shillings they contributed, and that was then, which was a lot of money, and I gave it to my dad to go put in a savings account for me. So my initial response was trust. And when I was 18, I was like, okay, I'm 18, give me the bank account. It's like, what money? What bank account? I was heartbroken. And when I say this, it's for real. Sometimes our hearts get broken. We get financially heartbroken until. So I spent this life where money came, money went, but I didn't even invest despite working in the investment industry because I had a fundamental mistrust of people with money. But at the same time, what was I doing with money? Since I had not seen the benefit of saving, come, go, come, go, come, go. So my shift, I had to change when I went into business because first of all, I didn't have the money that just comes automatically. I had no salary. So I had to start the saving, the investing, the trusting other people, and watching how I spend money. Hence the 300 bob. Because before the 300 bob would just come. But there was also another important shift I had to make was that even though I don't have money, where I am today has no reflection to where I'm going. I had to distance myself because you can imagine I was broke, as she said. What did I start doing after a couple of failed businesses? Started teaching people about money. Can you see the irony? So even the first client I couldn't even fuel the car. It was those ones it was a starlet at that time. On E, how far can a starlet get to? Because I had and I hope they pay me for the consultation in cash. Otherwise, the car is sleeping there. Yeah? But I had to differentiate where I am today. And for all women, where you are today cannot be where you're going. So you've got to learn to take your mind forward. Because when you take your mind forward, it's like planning a holiday. If I decide I'm going to the Bahamas at the end of the year, I don't have to have money. But then I start connecting the dots. Seeing the opportunity, being in a room like this, then I speak to my neighbor. Suddenly there's something she's doing that could connect to that. So we've got to put our car on the road. We've got to enter the bus. Because once we enter the bus, we then see. But there's nowhere you are going to get to at the bus stop. So you must enter the bus, and it has nothing to do with your financial situation today. You just have to say, that is something I have to learn. work through etc. But where I am going is not dictated by today's circumstances. That for me has been a major shift. So that's how I deal with money. I see opportunities constantly I can't afford. Those are the ones that excite me. I want to do things with my business that I have no idea how I am doing it. That is what excites me because I get to experience myself in my full capacity. So if you already know what to do, what is in front of you, that's not a goal. That's just something you should get done. That you just keep doing. A goal, a vision should always frighten you. So women, be afraid. Learn to be okay with being afraid because it's pulling something in you, and just learn to start challenging the status quo that tells you this is your box. So let's get out of the box.